The International ICCA Consortium is helping Indigenous people re-establish their conservation-based management of tribal lands and oceans to enrich their communities and future generations. The Nakwaxda'xw Nation was moved from their tribal lands of Ba'as to Port Hardy, British Columbia by the Canadian government in 1964. Now it is time to re-establish a strong conservation presence at Ba'as.
My name is Tommy Henderson. I'm from the Nakwaxda'xw Nation. So the land that we're on now, Ba'as, the Indian agent or Europeans ended up calling it Blunden Harbour. This is the land of the Nakwaxda'xw Ba'as. So that's what you see. It's overgrown now since we've moved from here to Togwadi. So it's important for people to know this is our land, the Nakwaxda'xw Nation's land, Ba'as. And we want to rebuild and go back to the way of life that we once enjoyed. So
tribal then?
Pride, strength, honor. The honor of one is the honor of all. Kaya kasi hindi kami. Kaya kasi yung kinokyak na. Kaya kami kaiti wiwat sa kaya kasi kokunara. Kinokyak siya ela kasi Ba'as. Kakot lamas kinoksasim. Kaya sa sisikyaw. Kukilasas. Napakukilasas. Kaya kinokukala kukilas. Kaya kasi you must
First characteristic is that in each and every case you can identify a community, a body of people who are together, who know who they are, who know who belongs and who does not belong to. Very often it is an indigenous people, and that is that community. You also have a natural area, a territory there. And most importantly, and this is the first characteristic, you have a profound bond between that community and that territory. That is the first, most important and fundamental characteristic of an ICCA. Then there is a second characteristic, which is that there is somehow in the community the capacity to actually take decision about that territory. That's a second characteristic of an ICCA.
The Ba'as were clans that gathered there, became the Nakwaxda'xw, the Kilauea clan. So in Bradley Lagoon we used to go in there and hunt each season. In the winter time from September to March, April, different families would go in and hunt fowl, whether it's geese or ducks, or all kinds of ducks, sawbills, golden eyes. And then there was times when steelhead would run really good inside Bradley Lagoon, and everybody went in and got their share. And then there was times when we'd go hunting in these areas for seal, and seal meat was a really healthy part of our diet. And there was lots that we gathered in these areas. There was mussels and abalone and crabs in Coho Bay, deer, and you name it. And those things it would supply our families that moved to Ba'as, and it was really good to live.
And the third one is that those decisions taken by that community do have good conservation results. I don't know how many of you are familiar with protected areas. When you face a particular territory, you may want to ask yourself whether the three characteristics are there, and if they are, you have an actual ICCA.
My name is Tommy Henderson, hereditary chief of the Nakwaxda'xw Nation, who owns who live on a reservation that will now declare as the Ba'as ICCA, whatever that will be. And somehow we need protection of our tribal village, our tribal grounds where we are moving back to our elders and our youth to live as our ancestors lived off the lands. And if we're moving back when our ocean gardens are depleted.
At Living Ocean Society, we want to maintain healthy oceans and therefore healthy communities. Helping the Nakwaxda'xw Nation establish an Indigenous community conserved area can do both of these things. In addition, ICCAs can contribute to Canada's commitment to the Convention on Biological Diversity to protect 10% of marine ecosystems by 2020.
It was so awesome to see, even as a young person, I would weep watching all of this. And when we hear our elders speak on it, and they would weep, and weep with them. The strength of the legends, the importance of the areas. So I'm grateful that I've had this time to share with you. Very grateful for the work that my good friend is doing to make sure that these legend stories are carried on after my passing date somewhere. Nakwaxda'xw Nation.